In this video, I'm going to show you why Shopify is better than BigCommerce. Now, that's a big statement, considering that this video is more about Shopify versus BigCommerce. I'm not going to show you the differences in terms of features and benefits that are already available on the internet between these two platforms. But if you're wanting to take a look at those details, check out the link below, provided all the information there. However, I will be showing you how these two platforms stand out between each other using data. Hi, I'm Tim and I'm from Launchpresso Digital Marketing, where we focus on Google Ads for Shopify. And as I mentioned, we're going to be looking at why Shopify is better than BigCommerce. And I also said that we'll be comparing the two using data. What data do you ask? None other than Google Ads data and results. And before I go deep diving into the Google Ads account, there's a few things I need to preface before doing so. So this site is actually a client of mine. And what I'll be showing you is two different versions of this website, one from archive.org and one from Shopify as it stands now. Let's go over and take a look. As you can see here, here's both versions of the client's website, the eczema company. On the left-hand side, we have the archive.org, and I've timestamped that. You can see up here in November 2022. So this is just before the switch to Shopify. And you can see on the right-hand side, here's the Shopify version of it. Now, there's not too much of a design difference between them. Same color schemes, same logos, very, very similar in nature. Just a couple of layout changes, maybe a little bit better in terms of UI on the right-hand side for the Shopify site. But all in all, they're pretty much the same, as you can see as I scroll down on the archive.org site and on the Shopify side of things as well. Just slight design changes, but all in all, color schemes the same, layouts very, very similar to one another. So you can actually see in this situation, there's not a massive difference between the two designs. A couple of things to mention. I've been working with this client for about 4 years now, and they've been using BigCommerce for the entire time up until the end of 2022. And as you saw from the scenes before, that this is pretty much a carbon copy from the BigCommerce site to the Shopify. Now, in the early days, we did get some good results when they're on BigCommerce. However, over time, we gradually saw a decline in results in Google Ads, where we struggled to get a return on ad spend of over 300% month on month. We had been mentioning to the client for a while that they should look at having the site redeveloped in Shopify, but naturally this takes some time and is an expense. However, when they did make the change, we saw drastic results. A few other things to mention: that this site is in the medical and health space, so there's no way that we can retarget on Google Ads. It's just a part of the ads policy. And to demonstrate the proof that Shopify is better than BigCommerce using Google Ads, we actually decided to make little to no changes to our Google Ads campaigns while they transitioned through this period from going from BigCommerce to Shopify, just to see how our Google Ads campaigns would respond to these changes. The only change that we did make is we just adjusted our ad spend down slightly, so they would be able to transition smoothly without losing too many sales in between that transition. Now, stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to share my thoughts as to the reasons why I believe switching to Shopify worked much better. And if you are liking this video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below for more videos like this to come. So let's head over to the Google Ads account now, and let's take a look at the data and see how the results differed before and after. Okay, so here we are in the Google Ads account for the eczema company. And this is just to demonstrate to you the differences in data we had when we were running Google Ads for the BigCommerce site and the Shopify site. As you can see here, this is the date range we're currently looking at. We're looking at this account month on month, so I can just show you the overview results on the account. And as we move through, I'll show you where we made the slight adjustments in terms of the costs and where the transition was made between BigCommerce to Shopify, and then how the results drastically changed in Google Ads for our client, the eczema company. All right, so you can see here we're looking at January, and as I mentioned before, we were struggling to get a ROAS of over 300, and you can see that our average cost for this particular month was $12,500, and this is usually the biggest months that they have because of the seasonality of this particular product. It's when usually a lot of skin conditions and allergies on skin generally peak. As I'll scroll through here, you'll see that this is February, 274% ROAS and 13K spend. Then we had again 275. I'll keep just scrolling through here so you can see for April, Again, we did lower the costs for these months because of their slower months. And we just got over 300% there, 162% ROAS. Again, as I keep demonstrating through is the months, I'll just keep scrolling through a little bit quicker now. And we're coming up to November, 250% almost in change with ROAS. And then we started coming to the bigger months. So this is when the process was underway when it come to having the site redeveloped in Shopify. And this next month here in January, this is where the transition, the swap from BigCommerce to Shopify happened. So we can see here, not too bad of results through the ROAS, but they were still inconsistent in the main. And right at this point, you can see here where we've gone from like $110 a day. We did lower the ad spend during this period because we knew that the site was in the stage of being redeveloped and we were trying to minimize wasted ad spend. And we can see here that during this period here, this is when the transition was taking place. The swap to Shopify, we reduced the cost down to $20 a day, thereabouts. And you can see on this day here, this is when the switch literally took place from BigCommerce to Shopify. And already out of the gate, we can see there was a massive explosive day. Now, this wasn't an anomaly or tracking issues because we had all this in place before and we started to ramp up ad spend. It was just one of those things where they had a big sales day on very small budget, which is amazing. You see there, the conversion rate was 55%. This is not a tracking error. I will make that a big point. Even the following days, as we started to ramp up ad spend, they were getting really, really good ROAS. And, as we kept ramping it up, ROAS was not too bad during that period. So let's move on to the next months. February, consistent 770% on $4,400 of ad spend. So you can see here, we've been ramping up great days, fantastic days, over 2,000%. And then we kept ramping up ad spend here so we could continue to make the most and getting good results. The client previously our goal ROAS was anything over 300. Now we're hitting consistently over 400, and we're aiming for 500% ROAS month on month. So this is absolutely freaking amazing to see these sort of results. And as we're coming even into the slower months, this part of the year is actually when allergy season slows down. And you can see here that we're still getting 400% ROAS on the account. So this is just absolutely freaking amazing. Here we got May. This month hasn't even finished yet. And we've still got nearly 500% on the account. Now you can see the results speak for themselves. Shopify does beat BigCommerce. Purely for this reason alone, I highly recommend if anyone's going to be building their e-commerce store is to build it through Shopify. There's so many different things that you can do with it. As I mentioned, I'm not going to speak about all those things in this video. Check out the link below in the description for more details. But why is Shopify better than BigCommerce? And I did say at the beginning of the video my reasons why. So here it is. 1, I believe that the checkout experience is far, far superior than BigCommerce. It is sleek, it is intuitive, it is quick, and it is very clean, simple, and transparent. 2, Shopify is just much faster out of the box than BigCommerce. As stores get bigger and bigger in BigCommerce, they tend to slow down. And that destroys the user experience and most importantly, the shopping experience. You don't want to be able to give your customers more roadblocks, more reasons not to purchase, more reasons to be able to find bottlenecks in your shopping experience for them to drop off and lose them in abandoned carts, for example. So there you have it. They're my main reasons why Shopify is better than BigCommerce. Now, if you're thinking about building your site on Shopify, check out the link below in the description. If you do decide to sign up and build your site on Shopify, I do receive a little bit of commission on a monthly basis. It just helps support the channel. Now, if you found this video helpful, and if you'd like to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button with the bell, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.